When travelling from Carlisle along the Tyne Valley line, the second station is Brampton, not to be confused with Brampton in Suffolk. In times gone by, there were stations at Scotby, Heads Nook, and How Mill, but these are long closed. Trains in each direction run at approximately 30-minute intervals, with alternative services stopping. Passenger usage is low, with a daily average of 43.77. As the station is 1.75 miles from the centre of the village, with no bus connection, this is perhaps unsurprising. You can, of course, drive to the station, but car parking space is very limited. If you weren't already aware of just how restricted your options would be upon arrival, it's clearly spelt out for you at the exit gate. Eastbound passengers have a basic, even grim, waiting shelter, whilst those heading west towards Carlisle have a modern bus stop type of protection. This little used station, served normally by 2-car units of either 156 or 158 stock, has a full-length platform at a time when Northern Rail have cut back so many of their rural station platforms to the minimum length required by the trains using them. If it's a fine day, you might enjoy viewing the artwork of the local primary school children. Or considering the options available to become more personally involved with your local railway. Nature lovers might appreciate the row of nesting boxes. Railway enthusiasts will enjoy the classic Northeastern Railway footbridge and the traditional semaphore signalling. A look behind the eastbound platform reveals something interesting: an old platform face. Brampton opened as a junction station named Milton or Milton Junction in 1836. With a short branch line, the Brampton Railway, known locally as the Dandy, initially horse-drawn, it ran to the edge of the town, terminating at Brampton Town. Taken over by the Northeastern Railway in 1912, with the track relaid, locomotive services operated from August 1913. The line was closed in 1923, and the route is now a public footpath. Like all disused railway lines, it's heavily overgrown with trees. Sometimes you're walking along a high embankment. At other times inside a deep cutting. The A69 Carlisle to Newcastle Road ran through Brampton, creating something of a bottleneck, until 1991, when the bypass opened to the south of the town, cutting across the old railway line. I had feared that I might have to cross this busy road, but no, a tunnel carries the route beneath the heavy road traffic. On the Brampton side of the bypass, the track is less well maintained, narrow and overgrown with ferns. Eventually we arrive at a minor road which, before the bypass, was the A689, leading via Alston and Weardale to Crook in County Durham. The stanchions of the old railway bridge remain in place. Beyond the bridge was the station and coal staiths. The only other evidence of the long-departed railway is the name of this adjacent garage. And so for the trek back through the ferns, underneath the bypass, and through the woods. But railways here go back before the era of the Newcastle and Carlisle. A mineral railway was built in 1798 to bring coal from workings on Tyndale Fell to Brampton, a development of earlier wooden railways. An extensive network of mineral lines grew up, the only remnant still in use being the short preserved section of the South Tyndale Railway from Alston to Slaggyford. The first station master at Brampton was Thomas Edmondson. In those very early days of the railway, tickets were handwritten and a written record kept in a book, hence the name booking office. This was a time-consuming process and lent itself to fraudulent travel. Edmondson devised a system of small pre-printed and numbered card tickets, as well as a machine for dating them. This soon became the universal ticketing system throughout much of the world. British Railways only abolished the Edmondson ticket in 1989 as computerisation took over. One of the most famous locomotives of all time is Stephenson's Rocket, winner of the 1829 Rainhill Trials and used at the 1830 opening of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. It soon proved too light for its duties on the Liverpool and Manchester, and was sold in 1836 to Lord Carlisle's railway at Brampton, where it served until 1840, where once again it proved too light for hauling freight and was retired. Fortunately, it has been preserved and was on display at the Shildon branch of the National Railway Museum when last I visited. For a quiet railway station with pleasant walks, Talcon Tarn Country Park is visible in the distance, and a surprising amount of history, you could do worse than visit Brampton. The little town itself is worth a visit, and there's a regular bus service between Newcastle and Carlisle if you prefer to travel by road in one direction, rail in the opposite.